Judiciary no na me se mbisa kakra mbisa no se aden enenei as a party hakese mienu a ewo yemman mu ha MPP na NDC eba eye CJ nsensem yi a wo bia ewo bia wo gina womo a wo support no support no womo epese yetu no egu nso egina bebi a yepese yetu no gu esei ase yemman no se wei na yeme party support to say yo say nyo ne yenyina da yede ho akwakodum na saa ena yeye democracy ana we ensempesa mu ba kwa ene enwumrei yebedi enkomo enso ede afa ho ewo kasa fidie so emode a na fe yasan ahwe ensem mienu a eka ho na yedi eho enkomo ene anopei enei flats ana sensu yiri ensu toka krebi na omanum titru aye enkura kese no na ensu eyiri afamanfo na no yete nkrade yete se ene Kumasi mpanyifo meka the regional minister ena nadmo mpanyifo eko nhyiamu eyomadwense eye drains makomakudunsia ye wo Kumasi no wo mo etimu na eno a ensi hɔ a yakai se Daily Graphic somewhere in 1960 by say and the floods came to Accra 65 years down the lane, Ghana still thinking about floods. Eyi fa manfo yekoyanim anase ye ba ye chi eno eka yensem eya ne nkomo twetwe a ene enwumrei ye betwetwe enso ewo dwumadie enso so na yaka eho ensem ewo hanom enei the New Patriotic Party aye aban a omo efiri so encheye ede abetudwa se aban a abesiso yi aye the National Democratic Congress omna mpanin ene mpanyinfo ewom etete ne manfo ti aden ena womo etete ne obekọ na yesi NI before akwakura wefie yade eye warrant na se yenkuta warrant kra ba be chin pakro na de nakọ enro ya ene ete se aye Alfred Abebio Kumi de dodo na friend Adenta Kumi akọ kansem bi ema NI before ede eye aba befa no efri ni fie enro man bill de enro akro na ete se chama wuntumi enso omo akọ ne fie amkọ akọfa no chi no yatete ne ndia no bebre na no and the largest opposition party in Ghana now, the New Patriotic Party say, aye, wuntimi nka manfo kasabo ansha omo ayem, and no ekan koma twetwe ene enwumrei ye betwetwe enso ewo han. But before that, ma yenko na yene ene woko the New Patriotic Party no a pani pa ba kwa woko be kwa ene potem ho a ono ebeye member of parliament enso ewo ho former Minister for Foreign Affairs and afei ono so eboy ema eniema ekọ Judiciary rather Judiciary empotem ho no ono ebai ebeye MP ewo ho no meka Honorable Akwesi Osei Echei ono ewo mentem ha na ense kusie mpieria ene Honorable atwaye ewo fie hanom ti menko na mema Honorable Akwaba na afei kwa waka kra wo ho no yentwetwe na emra na meba sisi a all right enti mamenko na mema Honorable Akwesi Osei Echei Akwaba Honorable Mwajo
mi hu na ache wache ye pa yenu
na mpacho mpomboko de
ya daroma
ya miase
abesum ye de
bibi mpia wa wo mpie
ohun sa
say we pie sa na chese bibi na epia wo enokre
oko ye politics de a ese tambia no usua sidesi e de ehusie kakra no we pie no asa do sko kakra no asa ba sa wanyene sa yi
yo ma yen trust ensen komotwetwe na se ene say wo party wo don the New Patriotic Party 2016 and another Dankwa Kufuado and the party ne esan ba bemu na party ne ba na manfo wogidi wo mpa because na the SEC ansa na wo ba no na manfo say we dey nado ene ebeye agenkwa e de amagana wo hyase yi be ko wiase no ankoyi emagana fo tuaba etia party mamudi nkuguo poto nei ye ka party a womani megu ase ba ko paawo Ghana mem ha eba abato mu a MPP account party no don bi ma me hya se mfemfiri ho na mintiw kakra emfa eye party no enkugu omu di ye ho ene asema wo kafa ho
yo ndase bebre se ne mo atu nsa afremi wo mfidi kakra kai so didi nkai otie fo machia obi a mama obi ajo na ma me wo reshe bi se obi a ho ye MPP announce a new patriotic party me join and correct me mu mpanifo ni bia if 1992 91 I started party no Dankwa Buzia if you are koye MPP ni nyina no na me di mu akotene enti se ne adue so se mpanifo a se ye nso so yetimi ba ne be mafutuo afutupa ne de kira manfo se eno correct se ye di nkuguo ye ni mogu asede then so no achia the movie we are sure say MPP for one and punish ye
MPP for na
oh yeah woman punish ye
adintra
because sabi ya sobrache ni mabebre koso ano mo ka ya fa anya dwuma so e didi nyina say empelifo bi teacher baby and wo na wo mo ye ne ma no wo mo so mpenisa wo mo pesen kan ne ma ye no local na womo so kwala no a de dia no ma womo se munya dwuma no if say police station e dey woni aba
okay
yemfa a regional level and as a national level e dey to aba
to de ohun se ehọ na engugu no chase free buy
oh yes one e chase free buy
e dey important no ye yenti a wo de sobo no bo mo kase
well sobo no be dey bo penifo no enye ba akofo mentimi nyi ba akofo na menka se bia say if you say abaya to ye no so hwemu a NDC and I say President Mahama the votes on ya no they be 100,000 me boa what they compare
dano de na na beto so
and now share Dr. Bawumia so ni de so t almost 2 million that tells you say your crop for bebre wo mo ni anyi ne ma ne no
okay
and you can be indigenous worker say your crop for na the punish ye if you say ya so brache ye tie de no omo peso omo ye aba ye koto whether a friend saying constituency level abato and na face so the flag bearer no abato any the regional abato ato ye any national abato ato ye ni nyina no na kokobo abufuo wo ebinom se me ntwem ho ase me sis bi sei ye to abakra no a ne akoto no abi anajo ye to aba ne ya friend crofo na abon ne asesa no we nyina ya de bi na ha ye party for no it ye party for ne punish ye
okay
e wase onye panimu bi
na oye manti o mosem
enti o mosem
ene ma ne ba
o mosem o ne show mo bo nyina de ba ye se munye wei ma munye wei ye ntie o bi akra ne se MPC de say ye ba ya o mo kan say finance minister de say you know system system kakra ne yenhwe binom ntie eyi DC4 binom no mo ko sem bebre we nyina ye ntie ya correct enu nti no mo punish ye no
I see
say next time round no mo be transfer no mo adwen na fe mo hunu say ye ho hia nti no mo adwen
nti omo ene man e basa
oh yes
nti ma yenhwe yenyin mako enema ne bia omo kan ho asem a to you ayen se eno ka ho bi na ema enei bomo eyi mo ma ese ne se muntia mo mfam ho na mo nkom baby
if it say about to no local level
okay
especially polling station about to say the edition constitution mo no ne ye pese eye no ye pese a local and as a polling station level no wo mo ahwem ye ni pa o mbegina ho ma wo no so ne me kire no in this case no I buy no ankwanko basa de ko buy ya ni say said the crofo no hihye ya o mo kan say ye hihye wo constitution mo no yes and buy abato no ye koto aba no ekoye bibi basa ama we sorry o se say we sorry o se say we sorry o se say e ma honorable fuo no start buy
okay
and I ye kwakoto your friend say constituency executive the same thing na no so e mo achemi no e bi se say sa and then mo a ko regional level the same thing na no so bi akogina fa na bi so gina ha bempe afi ko yi office national level ye kwa kofa national chairman ne general secretary ne mani nyina e ho so na sa e ke se enam so e ko ne kokoduru friends flag bearer and also super delegates say e bgb achi bi and also ekoya basa it in that case no they can say ye pesi e betie afutuo e bia party no e wo mse party a e wo ho a ye wo ewura afi ko ba sa afi ya say either say wo ba ya che anase what mu ache ye ne aba yesu ye de bisa ye fesa anye party party bia woni nyina so party bia e wo eneme bia odi ato ne ho so se mayor ye e de ato ye ho so your friend say freedom of association ye constitutional provision yes so ye development in freedom obi aka na adwene wo MPP mu ye nye obi a kasapraku bia ni wo mu fe e kire no na akwa say kasapraku ya ba ye party no eno so no nkrofo mpe afi o yaso no miana no yo so okaka bikura no akra no
onan kasakra
afi de nkonko ya afi flag bearership iko ye na no so to kwa bia bam ama o isi matime ho o isi meko meja party no ma form another group eno so bi e be transfer e be cancel no mo mi transfer ni hwade no yo o bobeko a onko saa no tie enen so ya sa so ekoyi nkrofo so edi aka ho ya fa sa nya party de e de edom na chichiri party de party so wa nya ni sa enye singing band se de bia American singing band de wo mu na to dwuma du na o mini no bia wo bo trouble na fi na kwa auto wo go auto ana tena afi tena bass afi so ni ibio
ne na say
na say na le fufura bishim sanity ana se football wo ba bedu AGB ho a na watranche na kola bia ba take over political party there
yenye sa
so ko penifo ni na ewo mu a ene timi yi
ti mame muso openi se eba se yeyi akandifo ewo party ni mu a menim se mu wo mo tradition mu ediso a mo de ye wenum hu se nsesan ba wo hu se nsesan ba mu ana
si yi penifo no o nsesan be bre ne ba mu yes ana a constitution net here so a treasure mu se amanfo no anhia no mu nyi de o mu feel se o mu betimi aye adwuma no
sebi sikasem nyesa na ekoye
o de bi sikasem na aye too much so sikasem na aye too much ewom so I say o sika na wasem so o ni sika wasem so sort of ba agromu ana se bayi mu a de bia no etimi nya mpanimfo a wo betimi agina ho e de office kuo no akonenem so I can mention obi say JH Mensa say o sebi obi wo kwa no ni dai so
di nyina
some party no arampon sanum some party bafo akoto ni dai na yesay some party so Jekufo na ni na yesay some party so ubetumi abobom penifo ni nyina di etie party no nyi sikasem na mom etu ho ache ene akokodura ubenya no akasa e dia convince you say democracy na say domo no ye ni je ho enti enu na ebetumi amboaye military dictatorship emoaye so ho enti domo kabi ma me so menka bi enu na ebetumi amboa Ghana for because ye ti ho ni nyina so hwemu a even sebi kane no a na brofo maaye no na ahemfo ohima eni chusu kofo chusu nipa ne dia komo ohima no ohima no so e dia konenim e dia akoma opening pa no sana odi no akọ ye kowi a no akusai no ohun de meche no ebusua no doso esusu no ye yim ba ko yi wi a ohene no ba obi akra no atum
so bia gitum
ohima no a oyi ohene no so ohene no betimi atu ohima eno ohima so betimi atu ohene so democracy be no you say obi nye overlord
obi amro ne yonko so
so sa ene edi atete nananom de atweku ansa na broni ba ye no obechi san ye memu no it seems say see ya no nananom de no ne ye ne ji ho eno na ye papa enso so no ye no a sisi asese nke be build on nananom de no ya build ya ma afi de akwa bibi se sebe o sika and was some song. Unisika, yes, but a Hindian Suntisa.
Yan friend say no beat say ora kodwala nchamatin no ka party no ho omo e formal party ne kura no wo ka ho bi ne watwe ne ho akote afafranto party a ode enam ne ba bie amanfo bebe yese kabeya enka monye reconciliation na womo a sebio womo free party na kono ka omo emra papa yi say ye be den mbe den ena matwense wakote ne party munya no so anka mope.
Well, the minimum the on party.
On party.
There be a
movement. Okay.
Oh, party.
Okay. But compare about to against mo. Employ and ne money be no work no. Do do na netia mo party.
Yes. Yes. If you say a bufua and I say near me beer, na ye no mpini so no. I know the man ko e nti so oka the way you know. I know there any personal decision. I don't mean for tano. But the hame no say e bia ye nyina no say asem bi how e wo kuo mu a. Ujina kuo no mu go put to case.
All right.
No fight it for your right within the case no. The moment I will go out so fight here you know. Like say when timia you know so. But nevertheless, as same way the two baby America o baby o he offense Trump, President Trump or was started as a Democrat. Or Republican, yes.
No copy.
Or copy or necessary one year, you know. And timid me, I know they are hame. Say, we there be a cool no, a just no, who believe in it. So, Cassie, yes, who believe in it there. And in a being who has a Cassie be a quack, I'm no, Brabak, but Trancy. I'll give you a case. You know,
let's settle it.
Yes, settle BB. Asa. Because it a dominant chichiri. If you happen to the NDC da. So kaya abra President Mills kofa sorry, President JJ Rawlings kofa President Mills no as a running mate or holding is as no ne be candidate. Ama guzita no ne ayi ofreze obera someone bufu ye no ne party no split me wa obi akotiti ne de and there, Obuana Cambum. So, Obina Cambum. So, she years 1979. I brought a of the PFP, any UNC, and some buyer. So, the Kaya. And no, yan a TMO, and you lose 79 elections. So, see a TMO, you lose 79 elections there. And no, a Chileno, you know, be all people's party. From all people's party, no. From all people's party, no. And I be a, what you saying, cool no buy and it be said there shall be political parties or more elected band on political parties and no and now a friend say UNC and ye na kaboom Dubois was part of the UNC so and now a friend say Victor Owusu and nominee John Sebi nominee J. Kufuor nominee William sorry offense saying Joseph Ratanum Anomo PFP that time no omono enya e be say okay say enya the new year the whole system no ayeti party no eba yeti party no ema offense saying obi from UNC group and over head the MPP which is Professor Dubois so obia to gui ye to ye bibia gui eni nyina dia hoden ye nyansa ni sika ye de boa Professor Dubois na nko ye ye to abani bi wo no na je ekufo be nya it am saying this say ade de nto obi antwene so hono ye say ye no ne ka say ye as an MPP ka say look obi a ofri mu bia about bibinti si ye ne no ora mo nyina obi amra
come back
yes we nya application and yes say you invite you and yes wo na be ka say me pese me ba you invite you no wa ba wo ba na be transia ye nyina ya ka ya hwe e de mistake ba
na matata so what can I say na answer wo na wa kan obetu ho na mom aka kire party no panyin for say wo adwene ni nti ye nto nsam fresh afro no nyina na wo mmra na montrase na ye ntwom samra party ni mu.
Oh yes, I mean, me to me country be say we party impeding for apart from the fact okay, me can say the open so channel say your national executive, but other than that, you know, you tertia as MPP for impeding phobia, say any friends in the national officers, executive and national officers. We are talking, we are seeing a lot of people are say the American he said it is best. And they say we here say be declare so we have to make a and say I don't know actually a movie. She say mistakes na buy because a buy na ke win elections na there. I think he say oh no mistake if you be a but who say yes. I don't know. Yes, I lose look at Ketwa. So I said the open statement, unprecedented. A BC that even a boycott to elections 1992. NDC for almost 2 political parties, and my NDC that about 180 something, certainly 200 parliament, and NCP Bakubina. How Ogede independent. Apart from that, nobody ever thought say MPP benya such a. Na me mom dear. Abra ye koto about 2020 24 na krofo jubilee oh ya win I was a bit kakra.
Ada inde na hu ye.
Because me who ne say. Offense they 2016. How many votes in here? The Nipa 168 in the core parliament.
Yeah.
So come 2020, the next 4 years.
So
now you're so at 130. 130, me first is 6.
Okay.
6. A year of first is stone, no, a touching, so I don't have a cornerstone. I saw a summa 137. So Obio political scientist and so you can see MPP is on a nosedive. Yeah, cough. So it is about 188. God knows if you don't put a house in order, na say call yo say the no there. So Abra and to me sabi emotion sign. For instance, this for Buyama and 2 emotion sign. I feel now they are the top for friends top fashion designer say. But who design BJ na fire mama Abra a 2 more to do to grow. It mean to me as I see a palm to mano near straight into mano then to money fair and sana. What you make a contest? So,
the okay, men can say, Unigidi in 2028 say be ambit me win banana.
On proviso.
Okay.
So, condition.
Okay.
Condition, and say, you put a house in order.
Some house in your order, they should forget about
No, forget it. Untimi. Uchanye Krabasako from you.
I see.
Ombesa Abuyame 88 no. I had Kobe 40.
Hey, I can see. Right.
Yes, that's serious.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Me move on now for other issues kakra. And they Ghana Sikano. NDC the bomb most of him say wama yade and no man penning essay a effective leadership and I must can ejra brani. Say we dollar and cedi na kosoro say etiba cedi na hode no kosoro ebise yemfa subo emfa ayaba subo de emma the new patriotic party through Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia enenia wayo ebisu attribute to a international trade war between a United States of America and China. Why a former foreign affairs minister mami pista your opinion about a nay the city no ahode na hefa na the attribution ebeto.
Good. Who was not as a foreign minister, but as a finance minister.
Okay.
But in any case, I agree with you. Due to what you call the trade imbalance, no. No. May develop.
Okay.
Donald Trump, the president of the U.S. No, or share the country no want a trade deficit no abusa say why and then try and make sure say obi put tariffs na a balance equation and as a balance the trade
Okay.
so a hona kwade ni na cost
Okay.
now so ohwe munso a no ni China for there no it the same thing because you see China no can no America for no ohwe can America for found say China honey cheap. It said you're in Hong Kong. Sana Omokoye no China. Say whole labor force no a war na feel so cheap. Why don't we produce? The money in be brain no could di China factories no. And the could Ghana sorry could di China. Na say almost the no ba America. omo enjoy certain tariffs ebi wo as so omo enjoy it no producers no omo America no fis America friends saying the labor costs are too high no it omo nyina ko build omo industries no and as omo help China to build it and after the akwaba say America say omo produce enema bebre ho omo ye just a high tech enema to say military missiles and other and omo produce no America but says the consumer goods need is coming from China omo they call no makutwa no dey about America and no tin ma omo trade deficit e cost papa 3 years now no obi also say trade deficit no and no contribute to where your friends say the strength of your currency because it drew say a country like Ghana say import more no data you will need more dollars and the dollar becomes very expensive so just say that is the principle until Donald Trump say obe balance or balance we there now therefore na fe aboa ama omo so etimi a correct and I say I improve omo balance of payment issues no now see no omo de ko boss no obi ti say Canada say any this place Mexico no omo nyina wo OSA omo Organization of American I say something like association omo the trade America for more preferential treatment in terms of trade with the name back America the body different won't so many and they about almost so I'm on increase tariffs so and we'll Europeans so the same thing or the Europeans so they about it is so far the also and is also correcting the balance of payments so imports and exports so to speak we said the way no definitely no. What is the outcome? The outcome, let me say, a bit more increase and as a bit reduce or no government expenditure. America for the cabrio, America for car or more dear, and yasam ketwa. Now it goes to affect their currency as well. So I mention, and what is so to me, yes, I dear no, a bit more currency no. So because a German so be America because German be return to America because tariffs are a soon for so to do German be America be German so about which you cure unemployment. Unemployment also known so be feed into more taxes going to the government chest. So just this is the basis of the whole Now so okay say share Ghana what they buy Ghana has me jitu say NDC Abraham can say COVID any Ukraine war no they didn't believe it. They says but I don't know especially you follow the don't believe but sabi my idea campaign no form no there okaje say there be na omo can Ukraine na there na COVID in twemu di nya more votes ekoye sisi a okache me say President Mahama the policies of the buyer I will beg to disagree.
Policy effective leadership, as he say.
Effective leadership.
Prudent management.
Prudent management of what?
Without not reckless borrowing, as they put it.
Reckless borrow idea. It doesn't take effect. Maybe 20 years time now. We'll start here. So it effective when you say 3 months, 4 months. How can you say 4 months? No, what may prudent enough to be able to get this? It depends on the policy. No, a dahono. I will buy. And what be manage that policy, no? So it is obi we catch you say now buy how can you grow a policy in 3 months, or 4 months? Now if you are changing the whole no, it cannot be possible. But what is possible? They say what was left, especially don't forget to say IMF regime
loan
and you may be why she share and some of this cannot brain. So it is a udis animal so one she shares animal and the man she share under friends say MPP time. And they come out before they give us the money. So it is a banner keep to it. So are you telling me say prudent management by the other two jumano and no and almost so I'm currency no when the acceptability and answer where you offers
Sidina
Hodi and answer even confidence. Confidence for investors. Investors' confidence, no, but through that. So To be honest, whichever way you look at it, though, I will not say, Mr. Saying President Mahama is right in saying it's a prudent management. Maybe yes, but prudent on what basis?
Okay.
Based on anything, how are you prudent? And yet, all policy say, I can't say, may reduce ministers up to 51, I say, whatever.
60 ministers.
60?
Yeah.
I'm less than that.
60. So why you 56? About Oka 60. Yes.
Oh, okay, 60. He's still within it.
Yeah.
Good. But then, if you go to the office of the president, no, because I said, Nipadudo said, almost so far.
Right.
So, only the issue, because you know, civil list, so.
All right.
You tell Moka. Whatever budget, see, you did call Ahano. And we have been able to say. So,
gold board contribution. Almost I can say gold board nearby, at least has given us some friends saying because gold board nearby within that short period about 1, 2, 3 months, it me raise revenue in terms of a gold from 8 point something to 10.6 now. In Tiombeka, so almost gold board nom de buy though the Bank of Ghana HRC Baumia any mana or gold for oil, good for against the city. I know can be also about the twice na masa so I don't know your opinion about that.
Yes, my opinion, because the gold board idea is a brilliant idea. Let's give it to NDC. It's good. So because we are no bit ma free abroach ma no me talk gold. Now on fa dollars no ma no on tono privately. Na de no e ko the air chrono a dosu chair the official year and then so no crofo be confidence no gold instead of the dollar. Dollars is a bricks. So what a group no bricks no almost per se use no call out of the dollar system, which means it's a call out of the banking system. I could to be in dollars no go to in bricks, whichever currency that they choose. So ama instability about the system. So the best thing that one can do is maybe to look at gold. So gold or the abano to me is good. Again also gold for mining companies keep sika wa brochire now used to be to do business, whatever because those days not CD to $1 na home denema say between dollars amount every day no dey money and until amount special dispensation say monko for music around to na mo hia bia mo use na mo dey build more I think it's time say you be use ade na free o mo for music no emra me to ase so obi aso about to gold transaction bia no should go through the gold board say the cocoa board so nobody can come to Ghana so about to go over to cocoa. So, without going through the cocoa board, it's a very, very noble idea. The FCC to me, but this, cannot change things in a very short time. Let's wait, be patient and wait, and clap our policy programs, and at the same time control galamsey.
The issue of galamsey. Abeye Albatross, Abesinsen Yakom for a very long time. Debia say, according to Omomokebi Wum say, Yanhria by 2030, clean water, Ibenya Wagana Hano, Abeye Ding. Ebede to summon is yasi.
Oh, the issue no, Fise, Ceciano, it should be a national policy and as a consensus. To fight them, it's never. We see Ghana has our biggest problem in Ghana here, and they say a politicized BBR. So NDC will say the more say instead of coming up to say be a free education is very good, or because it's too expensive. Nothing or far angle be or day to punch a hole. Instead of coming up to say it's a good policy. Let's see say between improve and never be woman and yeah. So, but I don't hold on to the NDC alone. MPP for so not AAB. But Obiti said, "Me boy JH said, yeah, time no, it be nearly 1 term a dislodge Jerry Rawlings time, So that's not what you were doing. You were criticizing, but it's constructive criticism.
All right.
Who can't say be or why? Na say we ya no watch no VAT your hobby. Satem to by your hobby near pass here. Ye chere near be as so omo ye and son of VAT no ediaba. Number one was to reduce the the rate they did it, then it was passed and then it became VAT introduced VAT these are some of the things. But you see our issue Eddie say the NDC does not want to help. Galam say by could you believe sir Akufo-Addo then as a president say we are prepared to put his presidency
on the line. Yeah.
Yes. And then it should have been prodded by all sheets and as all political, So say yegina so wakasa there, any yegina beboa. I'm succeeded. At the end of the day, Obeko in the 4 years' time, Obeko. But what happened? Oh, your campaign, Akufo-Addo cancer asem There are so many Ashanti seats and I say baby gold Galamsey areas we almost virtually lost. So now business because eba mama kwan. Na mo akutu ba be ma mo kwan as if say a national issue so na a political issue. These are some of the things that ebia ohwemu na emwa now president should call everybody and say it's a national issue. So me hwe baby I'm going frontally to attack because say if President Mahama is able to do it, it's credit to him.
Yeah.
So it's credit to him. On our save Ghana, say by 2030, his share my former constituency, which is a Jusu Jabin.
Yeah.
For instance, some part of Jabin is Galamsey. So a Jusu side, and a beer, Marcos patches be any idea. But nevertheless, Ghana is sharing streams.
Yeah.
It will Obiano do one, Nedeba form. So she said Ghana water. Oh mama, said turbidity too high. One be double the aroma of the issue diabetes. So and also so be break so the area never in that. So you need any reason not to fight Galamsey, the whole country, including the president, including the our chiefs, everybody be a matter So should be able to sit down and we all fight. So this is what Parliament is for.
Right.
For to go there, build consensus, and then go and do it as a nation.
Right.
So yes, you cosplay political. You need the akum na ene say from Accra Kibenya. We're here from Accra in politics. You NDC from MPP from. So which is killing the country.
Yeah.
So
it's high time we deviate from that.
Exactly. Parliament is your one course to build consensus and then help whoever minister is there. They say Ghana, you say, we are every 4 years to transcend over 8 years. It's going to be difficult, if not impossible. So, and say we are then also be power be. So it is okay.
You do me, I do you.
Emphasis be a muscle.
Anyway.
Emphasis be a muscle.
All right.
So.
Abani ye na ye de simini finally de na obeka na afi.
Well, the beka kase ni say MPP eno ni mikuo. Achia ne mu you a long way to go. Na me make some proposals be on my own.
Okay.
I'll see to it say ebia because me feel say MPP and kugu ekodigu ye na you should look at the constitution of the party no. Na enema bebre ho a constitution and outdated, so outmoded completely. If it is a Canadian social media be 92 91 you call Congress you call pass it positions bebre ho just to let other people so hear what is happening and what is going on. So may I propose is a position like say our regional the national I don't think say it is right. To me, I don't think we have to have a general secretary who is elected, who is selected Not elected.
Not elected.
Not elected.
Selected.
Selected.
By what means? Through what mode? Number selected.
We have people. I say we follow the executive. No, ubeti party. No, party no. You so executive. We can have people. Be the selection, a special committee for selection.
Especially for the general secretary.
No general secretary, but BBA.
Executives.
General secretary, they don't vote on general secretary. Me and Tuno Swaba. As I see a professional person who is knowledgeable, who believes in our, values as MPP. No? So, now, appointed any Pakron as a general secretary. Pay him just like any executive, be a Bitrianka or Javier. A Trianica, your money dying. Your man on term of office, maybe I say 5 years or 6 years, term, no. Within that term, no, you could be called upon to sack. So if you decide, say, not to have a general secretary who is elected, as also elected chairman. Assume he's a general secretary to be put more votes than the chairman. As a man of catch me. Umami authority, umami bikwana minyo.
Okay, you want me a popular chair?
Me a popular chair. So, and I dear no so yes a propriety near the it will be a bit me a year jumano.
Okay,
and ye shushe. So bit me a year juman. So don't elect a general secretary. Yes, is select here. By the same extension, the regional secretary
should be selected.
Should be selected the same time, appointed, interviewed, appointed, given term of office. Or no, and the scribe, and as only the
administrative working.
Administrative working now on the bay. So to on the head of the party in that constituency.
Okay.
In that region.
Okay.
So you get rid of a regional chairman. It's soon in Faso.
So the regional chairman position
should be gone. Only constituency. What constituency has he got?
Okay.
All various constituencies know so abanwa What when they name the problems? How can you tell me say the regional chairman will name the problem so juso? Only just a kopona money. And I will not so no I kopona money. Ultimately problem no. Because we share the whole Ashanti, which is 47 constituencies. It won't me addressing the problem no. But the chairman will only be addressing the problem. And I suggest to say you don't have that position. Woman entrance Ashanti 47 divided into 4, so that Ashanti North, Ashanti South, Ashanti East, Ashanti West.
Blocks in that order.
Now, only 10. Yeah, they will meet. One of them will be the chairman for that occasion. So we are near rotating next year, so that they know their problems, and the problems now award that constituency, award that part of the region. They share. They know, and they can share the problems. No, it will share problems. No, you will be more effective as as a chairman of that particular constituency.
Okay.
And then the work is being done by the the regional secretary.
Okay.
So he will be attending all these meetings. So and constituencies are the same thing. Constituency must have somebody selected and paid.
Secretary.
Okay.
To the secretarial role should run through from the top to the down.
Run a party, Then we can get women's leaders near the we can do select it. So because MPP4 by nature, you two about na say we ni mafa na we mafa. Problem.
Ebasa, what becomes of democracy? Because
it's very democratic.
Okay.
It's very democratic. What him say Britain? You have 12 bar for a party chairman. Only the leader of the prime minister and a OB.
Okay.
No, party no one near far back. Only party chairman.
I see.
So Americans the same thing. The party choose so.
All right.
So by idea, yes, mommy selected. So mommy elected, mommy selected. Your board on penny for. I won't beat me penny for baby or selection board so much transfer. Oh, I transfer. Why you man? Sana regional one also because you got a baton the import of it.
Okay.
So and also a bit is a friends say constituency about to a tune away for police station for any other. Says here, every police, every constituency be the autonomy. And says it comes from the head office or from the regional office to tell them what to do. No. But you just give a policy guideline through the general secretary, which will come to the regional secretary, and then the constituency secretary, and then he will be doing things for a. Don't leave it to the MP because of interested party.
Okay.
I heard the government talk about.
Okay.
Or back of choose the
pay.
So and then maybe to wanna say and choose me. Some so if you're able to do all these things, I bet me I'm a party, obia who say me opportunity to be somebody. I know back the money crisis no woman. All right. So the code of conduct is a deba. Who I bet you say we call election. What could choose come be? I could be fridge. Now be an NT Sebi Becrum on it in him no. Nafi or bar a plasma TV and a bonco obey. Obviously, the Aboboya. Oh, we have a fear. Nothing.
Mina go to Obama. Mina go to Obama. Yes.
Mina go to Obama. Okay. Now may Aboboya no Timo. So no you're in a deco room. Yeah, what the party for Echo? Baby. These are some of the things that you see you go back. All right. And then organize. All right. So and share not to say yeah, why we lost. No near the other. It means that Fifi if we are going to pinpoint who made what. When necessary we can't afford that. You need time. No. All right. Time is short. All right. So much to say we need a progressive year. A bit to me a facilitating. I
wish we had enough time. Nanka. Yeah. But I'm not sure Hanum. We have some more time to deliberate on the issues.
You push.
Thank you very much. No
matter what.
But that's it. Honorable Akwesi Osei Eji, a former foreign minister for Ghana, former MP for Edgesu Jabing, and Otise Yenini Edin. Opening, Yamisha.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Right. Na eno ehon sem no. Right. Enti yeba na yatwa so ewo hasisi a. Right, so yeah, told you we didn't so handmade Kessben 93.3 Kessben Television's here live, and then I guess the Crado. We're going to delve deeper into the issues as we are supposed to do. Alhaji Ishak Che Brobi, a strategic communicator at the New Patriotic Party. Alhaji, good evening.
Kewudi di asemba.
Alhaji so di asemba.
Kewudi na design.
Na me adom na so e.
Hana agwa no beka pudon no.
Alhaji. If you have just a reference.
And the papa we so the Herman when you try to put on. Observe questions what it fast sir. Hey, ya tenzamo. Anyway, 24-hour economy. And the asema ba.
Prof.
Yes sir.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Na boko de.
Nyame adomo de ache yen bi
so. Great. Zawa. Yeah. Na boko de.
Boko, nyame adu ho ye pa.
Eso mo samra machi.
Na movement o.
Eso mo samra.
Odo ho ba.
Eso mo samra.
Na ka o yidi o ze jadem.
Na movement o no.
Eh yo gina na so fa.
No ka say go.
Za na mo de aguro ni mo na mo nwiri mu mo de. You that from the Zambia.
Oh yeah, you know. Abronya no. Abronya was me that get him.
Susan. Na boko de. Hwana
Nyakopa do me ho ye pa.
Ho ye pa.
Yes, nyame do me ho ye pa.
On say wa ba come up. On say o grow nice. Na ba on say no hwan fe pa.
Send the no fere. Send the no fere. Anyway, we are straight away na yen nin komo no. Yes, and they one thing me edwin ho and I say me person discuss it through the CJ's removal. They say the near why I political. I take a political dimension because I'm taking a cue from just two personalities. And they Adanta Kumi Ekofa footages of some lawyers of the petitioners. Yomoko restaurant, Yomoko Didi Eho, and Odiba Tuga. Say some lawyers are more defending the petitioners, you know. And afi the committee aban etiye judges no mienua ewo so ene o makuhia ewo restaurant akodidi edi nkomo enti nka aban enwu committee no na onyi enfri ho asembe todwa ena edigi tamaklu ono ye NDC ni edi footages no eba abonten e kyerese asem na panino eka no enu nie na ensobie enyina mu we eye MPP4 one communicators nampese make an issue out of it. I'm saying no. Why should the removal of the Chief Justice be politicized? Tina Mayenhwe, it looks as if say yen politician, then our country is doomed. Prof, this time I may say from everywhere. May say from home for an obvious reason.
Good. Me ya Kwabena me da se. Na ohwe mata dia me hye ni bibia me free bar. Me frechire pa kakra. Me chia Presbyterian asafo manyina.
Okay.
Niti through Sashi Presbytery for ne yakuja omo ema omo di Fisher Dabi kama. Nyame adom ochina Presby asafo the whole Ghana ni nyina mpanimfo oto nsa afre mo. Ifa se won kwa sori ni bi kura no akọ Presby school da. O ma me ye Presby ni watena Presby fo fie da. Me no pani shak watwam o Presbyterian school bi mu kura da.
What him da?
What to him da? Oka ho. Asori no edi mfie ahenu 200.
Wow.
Yeah, mpanimfo the legacy project bi esi ho. Send ye no twa wani hu Presbyterian hospital and no twa wani hu Presbyterian training college. Ebinom sabre some 100 years ago, 150 years ago sabre enum kika mutibo mum sisi sa legacy projects no ene ye nyina ya fam aye benefit 200 years ye mark with a very grand fundraising activity across the country. All right. Presby asafu biye mu odi ese ohia mu no kra no a uko Presby website abenya na kakra bi abetimede aboa saa eyini bia no ho na producer aboa me a wo twa wo efidi Kessben no so no we die the whole Ghana Presby chairperson Asante Presbytery papa hima ye boa any presbyteries ni nyina mu chairpersons ni nyina nyambo chena ye gidi wa on time kwa so no cha de momodi akọ na kakra obetimi ye di aboa adwumadi ani bia no na rade so be hyirawo Presby because wa aye niema kese health education agric ni niema di aboa man no na nei ye ne 100 years ago ebinum ye 200 years ago ebinum ye ni bi na yetonsa afro bibia so chena kwasie to fa Presby aso da biam na fa kakra kobua the Kuntunse project refer no Kuntunse project ebinum ne to asase ne to ho ene predo ntina ma asase no kra ne kese npu yes ene apenifo moderator ne mpenifo de nhye abase se enye se man ya tetefo no yensa se omugigo na yekwa we have to put legacy projects on them. We are calling on all church members nyame admochina to participate in this grand Kuntunse project fundraising across the country. Tamale Bethel, Temaman Hian Emmanuel, Greenwich Meridian, Christ Congregation, Bebia, Trinity, Seshi, Bequai, Ubia, Monkona, Monkoba, Reese Presby, Sekropon, St. Paul, Cape Coast, Ubia, na Yafamwa Mampeni for Shani, Yamiadum, project ni intiminye, Fanshare Radian Yunyam. Mina Kwabena medasi. Na yaba Chief Justice remover neso. Medie me hu say ye political no achakakra.
Okay.
Wafidi so ade bia insist say ye political. One because ye politicians no ebinom kasa dodo. Sebe nipa de wa ho odin ni ehye wutim. Your strength is your secret. O mani pie wa no bape enya hoɔden bio enya strength bio. How many comments na yente yefa resetting the judiciary home? How many comments na yente yemfa, especially maame no ankasa? How many comments na yente mfa the fact say you know ni ade ya tititi bi sebe se anka wonya anka wanka na wanka kra mpo anka eni enim so we ne we de afunye nyina yemu na maame de mfu obi amu obi a follow politics ya ye o mamu I'm not sure ne ekoso na anybody is it be de benya nwanwa enti na migina so to for saa bre ne se adisuade e wo mu ne se politicians aya mon kama no ntum even if you have a plan, yeah, keep it in mind. Now, oh yeah, because the process is very legal. Ni ekoso no de illegality bi animu. Ubisa se mrako bepa na President Mahama atoa unya ba akokra wu. But untimi nyi politics nso free because of what mudi kaka ye preempt ba so na I mean it was obvious. Sisi eti hey. At this ebia ANC. Na se nya fiase se ye Madam Jean Mensa EC boss everywhere. Who be onwa. Because some of the things that were preempted no. Sa preempting na make us politicians monto mo boase. Mo mamo kose nche mutrim. Na se moka na fiase na eboboba na efasa akwan na so a ebaba ye politics free mu enko ye. That is number 1. Number 2, baby abedu no. I'm for say political because of the judges and the lawyers and the DND ekosu. And
a title sorry ne dame.
Yes.
It is each other's truth.
Of course.
We are so we come.
Any enim baby adame wo. Any enim baby atade sorry so wo. Enti politics even at the lawyers front. Oba judges no so respectfully. There's a committee ni 4-1. 4-1 because Justice Puamane the other 3 na ka ho ne de. They are obviously we are told said they are appointees or people appointed by President Mahama, and so likely say
they will tilt that line.
In fact, we ask Majuma ba ko edin pa say wo ye adwuma na unim the expectation of your employer. Din.
Wo ye adwuma unim the expectation.
Yes.
Sana ho san ka ye fuma wo.
There be din papa.
Anyway.
Now Israel na ade ne ko ne say. Now for say we na ye pa. And so when employer wants it this way. How do you draw the line between Niami ya me na mako school na me feel say accounting say ni ye no. Oh boss and so say change na opese say if you have an idea of his expectation we juma heading. Enti sa na akoba sisi Justice Palman and nipa me say ka ho me nua pani dom level ni nkofo e ka ho no. People are saying they know where they stand, especially with their interaction on the subject matter. Or the justice lawyer, senior lawyer, Chachuchi Katabemua. We know initial comment, previous comments are the position the person has. I'm for say Obenya rescuer, Abia Nebeka, Judge Bakuno, Womunua, or the appointing, I think MPP time, in him say Kufuado senso previous MPP DNO, say then Ninja politics. When people can clearly read political lines through it, politics. The stage I have Bedui, Osha Minia Dujita Maklo, the point on the conversation. Any MPP for being so point on the conversation, then so crocodile politics. First of all, at the end of petition, it must take Minia Dujita Maklo to be the one sharing the video that supposedly is backing the petition. Why? Now me feel say na simple the anka NDC for not tone it down kakra. But as some fear said now to me say they were sharply here and then people were sharply there. Yeah. Politics. No politics. Politics are no politics. Enya boni o. But you say aboa no na no wa or the nsu ano fa ni di ntwasu. Yeah. Baby according na me ye ka bi. An arm of government say be ya fa politics and so yeah my everyday. Judiciary so near dey call dey na ama amanfo raise flags no. Well, baby, I do it. Petition or no petition, my men no ankasa court say or argue out. Mosi no in camera. In fact, that is what the Constitution says. 146, I think, clause 7 also say it shall be held in camera. My men so say Constitution chronoa granted her rights. Sebi oni poka. Untimi nka say ya Constitution mu say adewe yemfa pork na ema into change na oni You get it?
But the question is that you name say sanity. So why then did you go? Because only pork, only say pork. So why then did you go? I'm not for you argue say it's not her per se, but the position, not her as a person, but the position. And you're no kwan sooner sebi yekoto tunano. There are other people who also come. Almost so they need to be protected in other ways. Yeah.
And you and I can comment.
We cannot.
But
Yeah,
the court,
we cannot. Yes.
The court will decide. I'm only saying, say, my many they an argument about. Sebi as I'm count. Me yebia osum nipa. Me some ni me jidi enchire me say me hiya moja yembo moja mame. Do you get it? Constitution is say do her now moja level ni do her yembo moja mame. And she has actually tabled the thing before Supreme Court. And the same constitution granting human rights, especially say nipa no capacity, a sound mind, or you're mature to me taking a decision. Constitution protecting the rights to me for soon, unless say be or you're a subject of an imprisonment or a court judgment or whatever. And no the sabi a prison need yes done on so one to me can say me were right, your rights. But at this point, she has some rights. Or the court. Near a and I will be glad to hear what comes. Or say a no or no feel say justice will not be served.
Yeah.
Into no the open at the ABA court and records a fine. Say a who she but say wait mama won't come session no ye open. Other witnesses by a ben covered in swat. No problem. In fact, in the ever court on Nadia. But near American dear soon say. Idea we could have happened without any political traits. And Kebeti Messia, you whom politics kitty be crowd. Number one, your comments should limit itself to the politics na see bayano. Ye MPB na ye prayer, ye developmental issues, let's argue. Ye presidential na say other levels na ye prayer, ye go win election before me executive. At least who will control or parliament because the two elections are held on the same day, both the executive level election and the parliamentary level. The election of the judiciary, it has got nothing to do with the unless say for the Bemunso then the future doesn't look good and safe for all of us. And Fahoni issue a many work, and then Fahoni in some way ACC make us say Senka Nrebi. Yeah, political comments be my hint of what is about to happen. And can we get a clean sheet? I'm sure I'm on same rasu, and nobody will sit and say at that level, you're near my basa mismanage the judiciary, do things anyhow at that level. Nobody, meaning inside Ghana and MPP new NDC new would want that to happen for the Republic. But never ban say, oh fine. So also say. MPP na do ba idea and the yenso ba ye be you. Oh yes, I near manu and yama na kwakoye. Going forward, medicine yenhwe na court assembly nya yen can free on them. Me sure say about say committee ni say mu trying to free Supreme Court once no matter what. All these things will delay the matter. Yeah. Into Supreme Court and so hwe na asem kro no can free ho. So of say nye yen ko so anko camera ni ma ye beko. Of say ma me no rights be obe grant am na on grant man no. What my question then will be so Okonama Okase Sinchina Yenya Nukukwem na Minister Ompa. Can the woman turn down the invitation of the committee? And what will be the consequences thereon? Right. This is a legal atmosphere. I'll be interested to see what is happening.
We'll see interesting times ahead.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Let's see. Zama, Mami too.
Very interesting. But we are able to say on say nano ye ding. So maybe I need to say on that nano ye ding. You can't any pay me no kwa. Yes, to Kwana is in Museums and Nano Yede. Now, the name of why I see that, and I criticize never obeying. Members may copy, but this time around we need solutions, not just be lamentation and stuff like that. In our quest to move away from this, we need to find a way with the selected Chief Justice.
Ekwana
na da bi awe
ana say esuafu
ekwana itinted the say no eti etumi amend the constitution you issue alarm the police na or the buy so say e benya second chamber second chamber ya abolish the a friend say
Council of State.
Council of State. Council of State nje we onim say dodo no an ye nyina bi dia dan say dodo no an ya no me politically tainted. But say nya bi ti say ka second chamber you more free other areas independent for instance we can be traditional authorities one nipa professional bodies are nipa faith-based organizations are nipa labor unions academia the diaspora even people with disability and now what saying ya we be say former IGP, CDS, and now Udumu, including Ibikra, former CJ Noir, or Nasa Udumu, Akahwa. But menya group bia, just a woman yet politically tainted, said he who said ya.
How would we be convinced? Because the politician is capable of doing everything.
It is easier than say we say no more Council of State no and the unim say party chairman and the number member no. So party chairman, party organizer bi, party hwan bi. Any I can come abomu na edumu aform we. See I can. Any party 31 no. Enyina betuma di madam say emu be 20 there. Omu ye party for. What you say? And now, when Musuni, you're to obey president, you Azania ko you.
Okay. The Kaodian Kayen, cousin, a young Sasakan chamber.
And now, the other side, co-terminus, and a co-terminus. And this is a ban no you, where you mean Crawford. Second, we were second chamber honor, and know what in baby. And now, mono honum. And this woman, a president, no power ni be. And now about omo be obi ti say Chief Justice. Ye no a science and seminary near ekosu ya university a productive time na le betwa. Di anhwe ho ne pa a constitutional reviews na reforms na person omo ye. As a review rather. O make sure say o betime use this policy. Na betimi aboa. Ama dede no wo man mu no akofo because ye be say o man mu dwo. O man mu dwo asabre nketie nkie ka Sidia in white and ding oh and then ma form boa at force yan was am leka she better ye can she the name cause saba akofa brand ya be frem a den takumi a omo nyina no se ye ni say ya nya sa problem to me that me ho na me ni hwe so ba ma me no no a wo kam so si a on so no no say na prof kam say uma obi nasora awoko no onwe preku anti ye de preku so ne de serve nkwaa na se usi unia two things eno anso afiri ho
uni akọ
so
nim se ye ni na akọ
e de se ne wakọ hospital na ada ho ne ezbu hia moja na so asoro nti onyi moja chinchi na aso onyi a se we na be we arambo na we asa na akọ nti me fi se Ghana constitution say the word shall mandatory.
Yeah.
Say, a position, a new non position. Will be a DB, nipa be a DB now be feeding so. I be doing so. It go by sanka be by ya, sana kebeno. It won't quiet me and you quiet was a oh dear. We are so special, say, Untino. Young foul dear Mrapo, I buy in camera. We need to understand.
And also can human rights.
But we'll be on the right. But the right ends at somebody where somebody's nose also begins. What do I say? Or man umbrano say any when you nipekum. You will be uncle Zukuchoti. Or man umbrano say, but position is so important, it is so secret because we are third estate. Because we judiciary, executive, legislature, judiciary. Mummy and saying, and a mumu gina wa mu de ye brania, ye demo chichiro mine. And there's a war basama, and to make up one thing, and my concept is a phoebe or one, I be going massage. As how the fin I can't know where I can ya or no near canasamo. A yakumian was some yaka. It is a police at idea, yet idea no, and yet when the president at Adiano. Your man or mine to me a diamond or run at idea no and one. It is a Jumana diamond so you know, a man in Adia now, man was or boh home bent, some bar, and can't cook. Mini say a idea at the one. And 20 years, yes, I 2 things. Some should be our no say, one to me, cancer, and once be a near, as I'm crano.
Pamlo,
Mean pen can be my own family come baby. Anyway, what I say, and you know, me say, a honor, say, you should need me a whole argument, not person, my copy. Now, me honor. You ever be about that things, but there are two, and never who Cromacy. I don't envy.
You don't envy.
I don't envy. Positions be
back on the back, 2 in
back on being a judge, being a judge, and the 2 being a doctor, medical doctor.
Penny me, all reasons.
Just one need social freedom back on crowd. What was that doctor?
Social life.
Yeah, what was be a friend doctor? Also, will be a friend doctor pet. Said Nadam for no one in a dark as a crowd or better from a friend, never who will need to drink no friend. Well, nobody go every crowd. Doctor, now what to say? We watch and I'm saying, Fro, and you go was I quite doctor. Now say that, Mrs.
I see.
And now, me, mammy, not sister, you, Nana. Or friendly doctor, as if it's a hand of a cannon row. Or my mere collapse or friend doctor can't get a doctor. No.
Oh, do you have for no? Anyway,
and I judges and so on. Yes, says, yes, show judging the meaning of our day.
And then a book would do come over and answer my back.
Wouldn't mean restaurant did it. The view ground or tear crowds are as who dear dancer who took our craft and I judge Baba cry.
Anyway, but that's it, Mr. Hussein. Mamintiwe. Now, on that same score, say the politics in the year being any, and this is Jina and MPP Jina and more chain. Mamintiwe.
All right, Eddie can me that was any akonya idea, mammy. Betcha no bomb basso. Na ma chair Mr. Ishak Chibrobi. Mecha Prof Smart and so na ma chair me papa. And so na a T4 our Majibra Muti anyone now watch your Facebook and so me chair munina.
Your Kessben television live.
Yes, live obia ehwe. We dey ati wo tiko koso asase so. Na na nyankwada me free RCC regional minister so e neba. Regional minister didn't check ese e de ma santima nyina. Or say Odamasi, say more copy with a near man kakra ekoso or yes, a boas anti so. You know, with the quick one with the CJ issue. In fact, today I'm very happy to hear a Prof Smart or making some comments. I think they a laudable. But it will be a honso so me can want some kakran so. Na or can say aya politicians no. Yen share ya no kasa yi. In fact, a futu pa eno de mayen. Say ensem bi wo hono ma eni kwan say ye kan e wo say she trimu. Ti meka ni ye a na chese se de ya say emum so da ya na she ni trimu. Nti ono so pese ja politicians no say so da ya ye mfa she trimu. Well, no can go see say other people are making some commentary be for the removal of the CJ no. Of which I mean some MPP, even the national youth organizer, the national organizer and a B. I was see Ramahama eco voter regime, eco yes or bar, obe CJ no. And Tinyangwa say or Namsu ECJ no. But is it that statement Ramahama making no? Na a contest be a one TRC and even crown or say na 2024 elections no campaign now no kokasa. In fact, that statement no, it was made I think in 2022, and you can ada and oko share these lawyers for no mudin komo. And ade okan ya mekai, I think say fast check for a brand on a B ebekan no. Fast check for your fast ekofa buy. But the omokan any. Omoze, however, a thorough search by Fast Check Ghana found no evidence of public available video or credible records confirming that Mama made such a pledge. ti hey okasem bi was he JMA can the speech no I think the paragraph 4 was he went on to say that unfortunately we have no hope that the current leadership of our judiciary can lead such a process of change. We can only hope that the new Chief Justice will lead the process to repair the broken image that our judiciary has acquired over the last few years. That's we statement we abra na yuranim every mu Chief Justice no every mu ayede ye maami toko no eba enti we chese Ramahama kwa no wogidie e wo maami ni mu se utie asem okan na se maami ni bo be sesa niema na die ntini Ramahama ka sa asem o hwe ISS4 report on by Afrobarometer reports be cross by 62% of Ghana for no mo so mo trust ye judicial system no at that time o hwe MPP former National Security Minister Ira Kandapa Obabontin be kan say the way a ruling is cost of Supreme Court no omunhwe yi because a high in national security. Inti Ira Mahamas no so nanutumbi ananse nuka so nanutumbi. So a citizen because man amosi we should be as citizens and not spectators. And also nanutumbi owie na osanya gidie ewe maami mu. Entira Mahamo no nko gina bebia enka ni si PC tase oba obeyi maame no.
I know say he said on record that oba purge
or say reforms
or say purge. He will purge the judiciary.
Yes, enti purge is different from remover. You get the thing?
Yeah.
Enti no argument no card enfant
chenka.
Yes, enfant chenka. You know one thing
semantics.
Mate say almost say politics with this CJ issues no.
Yes, I must say the ekoso.
Yes, but maybe sir. When I started say all your politics with it, you have to ask yourself that question no.
I don't care who started though.
Okay, now this is how
it is becoming political.
Yes, the reason why it is becoming political in number one. Oh, here article 146 now. I was very happy when Prof Smart Oka say even as of today obi anywhere same people ni bi anywhere so lawyer ni bi anywhere so beka say Ramahama constitution no why dey wabusu
yeah
ana wa that should tell you say leader ono no dwene constitution no and the constitution na e dey adwuma. Now you know one thing ahemfo ene di kind of courts enye ira asefo nyira asefo yira asefo no e dey be ni no ye MPP ni meboa you as a lawyer ni no ye hwan no ye former attorney general on says that time na e raise bibi we ye CJ ni nipa appointed we na nado you run nanado ankasa enso so na attorney general ena edi nipa onu di wanim aye bibia ma e wo mra kwan so enti that time no na things enti politics no mo ka no e ho na e free a eba. Now, in any other case,
let's draw the line.
About in any other case, AG, a former attorney general, so a guy and you're a lawyer.
Of course.
That
one don't come.
You're as if a lawyer.
Because he was doing his work as a lawyer. Because fantastic. Madam Funi Hussein.
Yes.
Hussein was lawyer. I am a Danfo. Now when Hussein Yadam for my befa lawyer now. You are Danfo. So me defend me. I don't see anything wrong. What I say?
And to say I want issue. Say I want issue. Una Owusu say enko lawyers e dey o ma bai wo de ohun ni say asem ba ko esa mesre ni so say nipa fo ni de o sure say asem mo tena so a e de asem beba ba ko pe no ogide kakra wonumu na asem ba ko America ni say na me asem kan me no me kan ni in such a way say oni gidie say o mo betimi adi asem no sa na me kan mana kosi de me pesa me kan ni say now Prof Smart say because perception say NDC time and Ira Mahama appointed those judges no. Sisi ameno ka say the acting CJ no. Enye Rakufo na yi no. 2008.
Yeah.
Enti ono so no obeka say Ira Mahama adenti no wan kwa nkofa obi a NDC fo na yi no. Ambe acting CJ. Is this argument name say it's neither here nor there. And she was talking about some constitutional right. No, can right me was you know, Oshe article 1468 now. was stating how clearly was all proceedings
shall be held
under Kwaina yebe fasu dia yinu no shall be held in camera, meaning in secret. A Latin word.
I heard the Munjama judges no moment because I Supreme Court.
Yes.
For interpretation.
Yes. No, I say okay, say me person be this so.
All right.
I say all proceedings. Now, Osaka another article I no ka say on no right. Now that article no and right be na right be na eka. Say they make us say right be na eka.
Human rights, of course.
Enti we say no so say all. It's one the way own difference in the woman.
In terms of when you Supreme Court no mecheche na dem.
Yes. Yes, enti yeah no Ghana ni ye ni epe. Trust ye Ghana for any judicial system no. Any epe say almost enya trust no. And then me know ka say wonya asem na onimisa wo de court. Na enkosi aga ho say wo court wo. Wo ni mra be hye wunsem aye enema eno so nye. No so no mra ni ubedi nti se enya Supreme Court agidie wo mu yewura kenda pa no oka se gidie ni ebi mu because Ghana for be bringi ndi eneni ade nyina ye de yesu hu.
So it means after whatever happens transpire the committee no report will be about we are going to have gidie over Supreme Court today.
Yes, I was say fa process mu say fa process mu na ye maami hu so wa na che se Ghana for be say perception na ye nya fa maami we hu no enye no kre
all right
enti ombenya gidie wonu mu say dem make what I say eno ne gidie na hia ye
all right thank you very much mamemra Alhaji Ishak Chei Brobe Alhaji
Kewdi so many and this fushia go to constitution and the law, constitution and the law, and the constitution and the law. Na Mr. Kakra. And Mr. Sabi made the radical or more. But Mr. say Menika. So Professor Smart. Yes, sir. I'm a approach. Na Miss follow sa case no because na ama law no amusia no na ama law no aduru me bia me hunu say a common sense.
Okay.
This was a case medical doctor wa practice over 30 years. Onya how biada the medical advice in 100%. Ena oba bi ni kunu. Odo to family planning so. Odo to family planning so no. Ena oba ni konyinzen. Oba ni konyinzen no. Ena oni ni kunu sue medical officer no. Sure. And we are talking about British court. Now, when the way me see follow case and the way I almost see the rule in the buyer. You want to say, Emrana, yeah, can't say in common sense.
Actually, that is the foundation of law.
Law,
you know, foundation of common sense.
Emra, one more corner, chin baby, I'm the chassis. I share the practice. I share the accuracy of the performance in the beer, whether surgery, when case beer or you're too clean. And the medical school and the university and in the senior high school, very impeccable human being. When judgment, you know, as someone make kind and say, judge and say, oh no, you're Akwarana anka professional way pa mamu ehho akwankyere a embuza akwara we se nkoma akwara na sela wabawura mu a wabano sa akwara no nyame nko a and this was the rule what is akwara we nyame nko na nim di akwara wo yeden obabe no wiase if is nko kokofa medical officer bia ni resource no ebi wo ha na fa nchen ebi wo ha na sisu a na wedi nipa we ento fa ho da na kora we ya bawram onim oma ne pens we oba no ena oma no 10,000 pounds say no expect so be nyinsɛn so ho na aha saa ayina wo be kom no ni ayi na mu be ma ne de masafo asɛm kɔdo ho o wie asɛm no asɛm no wie enti obi a wɔyɛ chief justice obi sɛ kyerɛ di
ana ɔgye doctor ne di ɛna doctor naka
yes
doctor naka
ɛna onim hwɛ wɔn examine ɔbaa no bɛrima no hwɛ advice no ɔbo follow no kama the content of their blood everything shows that neni kwansa akora no
oba
anke enyinsen no
so still waba
enyinsen akora no ye to wo case no to twene ye oba no na out of magnanimity o man 10,000 pounds say on fanye na no onye yi say wo benyinsen ti no on fanye na on fa compensate itself nemu makora no de ade bia akora no be wiase bia nso no nipa ba ko be benefit first mo parents now within a baby as one benefit and second inside the larger society no a benefit in the case no and one no or close. This Chief Justice 30 years near calling to bar. For the past 20 years he's been in judicial administration. Sir, if you look at the reforms in terms of IT reforms in Yamana Kosu Ningana, she is very, very central to sa reforms in Kosu Ningana. And to obey raising issues be sano. Journalism muka source credibility. She nipana all raise those issues, and just don't throw it away. I'm not a lawyer, but that's what I think. What you say. So one share ya obenya judges pan so be din kra on be uphold ma many dey no. Yes. Say yem fama to pity him.
Say yem mechanism.
And ekoba ne sa me man obi anwanwa. Yes.
Even though the constitution speaks against that. It's not the common sense shall
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's the same issue about the common sense. And Professor Smart Sapon ekan about political utterance said a politician is ikasa. Yes, we share His Excellency John Mahama Edie. Omo pa omo share a specific asidun katia. Specific. On the okasa manu ibeko. And then somebody was arguing. And I'm saying, I said, katia. General Secretary, former General Secretary.
Now chairman.
Secretary no crown yen country, you finish general. They say, well, you're chairman. He has been a member of parliament. He has been, I think, minister or deputy minister of state. He is political colossus. Not even within the NDC, but within the body politic of Ghana. What is it? Enti ono na sema be free nanu aba untimi fanetraza. Ena me no nye platform aka na ba bia senka sansensem no ko mo ankeka. Anka semu nka be boa semu we pa. Anka be boa semu we pa. O ti say Yera John Mahama, His Excellency can say Nana Akufo-Addo apake judiciary no with MPP lawyers. Mewa. Enti yentuman no so ba na ono so be appoint bi no de ayede no de balance ade no yenu nti sesi am metimi a conclude by the west now or utter earlier no say ono so ba enipa wodo omo ko Supreme Court no nyina no omo nyina so say NDC for
that is based on the statement
based on the statement no yenu nti yenhwe ni ye.
But lawyers are trained specifically, especially. Media
cases are, especially Supreme Court, 2012 elections, they were predominantly J. Kufuor appointed, but they were almost the man and the verdict did not go.
They applied common sense. No?
Yes, that verdict did not go Kufuadu way. But what you say? And you're John Mahama. Medium said you are appointing the NDC judges. Then so one who being the shock of his life. Say assembly be call udifo umbedi asem I'm in a default.
Oh, that's their work. That's what they are supposed to do.
That is what the point that I want to do. And when you add the entity, yen sen can free
when you politics in free.
Oh, I didn't yen sen can free mo. Okay, we want baby. Sure, Rollins and their appointee, His Excellency former Jerry John Rollins, and their appointee, Debbie, our friend is saying. Electoral Commissioner Dr. Afarijan. Anyone declare President Govor the winner? Anyone know? Okay. Rabason or Charlotte was I? And you John Mahama appointed. You want to declare Adodankwa Akufo-Addo the winner? Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. You know appointee Rabason or Jemensa. Jemensa, you want to declare President Mahama. Our friend is President of the Republic of Ghana.
Yeah.
Bema, when the verdict is clear, you can't twist it.
There's nothing you can do.
You can't twist it.
I see.
If it's a one kasa as human being, your integrity is at stake. A coco ben one and we are home at the end. Now, if it's clear, it's clear. Yanenti, the point Professor Smansapon making. I was a decision MIA politicians. A decision fapa.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
Moving on, Bema. Sanka many current president John Mahama. No, a formality. Sometimes you're not formal na taba when. So many years John Dramani Mahama. Mami way. Prima facie, no prima facie. Anka our friends petitions ne buy no. Come pay baby credit to you. You know why? Justice Archer within the Fourth Republic. How many neighbor will quaff for her? Yera Jerry John Rollins na appointed. Nimre Esonye Yera Rollins na appointed Justice Aban. Justice Aban and a swear Papa Kufuor in. Papa Kufuor by petitions or no petitions. He never made the slightest attempt to touch the head of the judiciary. No. Until say Justice Aban Hondodono. Na SSA Emremono. Untiminyan a Jumani didn't be replacing. And or the Justice Redu. A buy. Justice Redu mre a son yeno. And or the Justice Aqua. A buy. Yazakwa bae I'm so free mo. And Mami Theodora Wood. Yeah. Yeah, Theodora Kamo. Yeah. Theodora Wood ordinary bae. Theodora Wood Papa Kufuor de ne bae and transition who hiame pa. Ono no be swear in Professor Mills. Was swear Professor Mills in no na Papa Kufuor na appointing no. Then the petitions started going. You to the road, you to the road, you to the road. Koyako Drum Pempens was a journalist confront President Mills with that question. Say, yeah, aware petitions we about and say. Mami no, obeyina. I was a branch now. Okoya Kwabena no si do I look like a cat hunter? And Kwabena baby try. Say petition about. Say enso jinamo. Say enso jinamo. Professor, distinguished professor of law. Okacha mami say on traso onini juma. Okay. Yenunti say ye. Minkase the Yera Mills ye no. Ye no bi. Ena abranti okofa no man be ne running mate. Okoye odi na chirijan no. Behave to say Professor Mills na name so usua na nkebeboa.
Anyway.
Main fact chronology ninsi na min conclude. Okay, Theodore Wood. Okay, Monty 3. I didn't know a man a bar near Pessia time when sir. Then Theodora, a friend saying, Nana Kufado, ebe to no ne dwumadie kɔ na wie no ana ɔde Sophia Kufu bae. Then after Sophia Kufu ana ɔde Justice Anim then Tokono. Do you know say we can say 3 Supreme Court judges are were they High Court judges or Supreme Court judges? Granting Ado anyway, no? They were Supreme Court judges. The previous PNDC, our NDC, ekwachi womu kun womu no. Na mami we ni wofa. No, I'm seeing top military officer. Echene kan ho economy. I'm just trying to set pieces together. So mini President Mahama. Nka. Sata no ya baya o. Ana wote wo fanchen. And the Supreme Court judges na kukom ye chain wo fa military ni din me kwa check e kan ho kokokun wo. And now baya ya we nkakra aba be ye Supreme Court judge. The 3rd female Supreme Court judge. Chief Justice. Eti mike kan sem ni nyina bomu a memene na enipa wo mo kan wo omo kan wo nyina ana no omo adie
hello to the wise
enti media madwen ya me say die koso no dia ebesi
all right
na se sina se mami ye yinua Ghana international reputation pa de if you say ya damaging pa because obi a opeso oba o man no mu bedi na dwumadie bia na ade na ni hwe ba ko pe ene se oba na odi ni dwa na obi sisi na ye de no ebekọ asendi bia na enye easy say in the words of Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu, right? Say any kwan say ye man ye fo say the head of the executive, the head of the judiciary, the head of the legislature, be easy, sir. See a bit me, you know what to say the ye class prefect be every so.
All right. Thank you. Lawrence Wacheke Buche was in Assorin Quantania in the oil filling station. So is Okujetua Blackwa still at posts? Man of principle indeed. May God have mercy on us. Okay. No, Eddie, no. We were cannot telegraphically. Oh, sir, a year, friend saying, private jet once and something, and one more ekeke. Right. We see, I am Solomon Jagri from Kunsu. Why should MPP be worried and afraid of them being arrested or called by the national security if only they believe that they did not rob the nation? We were here when Chairman Wontumi was arrogantly making noise that they would not allow His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to rule the country again. They have money, and he was displaying gold on his television. Now, if you are called to explain where you got all those monies and you are now crying, call Ghanaians to come and rescue you when you were eating, did you call Ghanaians now? we eating. Okay. When you were enjoying, did you call Ghanaians now that you are called to account for what you were displaying, you are now crying? You enjoyed alone. So when you die, you bury yourself. You should cry his own cry. But Kyodi, this is a lesson for all Ghana, especially the politicians. Okay, yeah, that's it. Wontumi reaps alone. Let him suffer alone. Wontumi once said nobody in Ghana can intimidate him, including the national security, not even the president. He was calling himself governor. This is just the beginning. Say Kabis, Ewo Neo Dubiase. And all the way, Abraham said, wow, this MPP man is candid and politically intelligent. MPP should consider what he's saying from a free as I think he's talking about Honorable say a chain and Seminole. Barowski was say member of the MPP media patriot. Kyodi, please, are we in the days of military regime? Because the way and manner and the rumble style of President Mahama and national security raiding some of former government appointees' houses is getting out of hand. Power will shift one day. And also, dear Yawadi Abrain Nanope. Good evening, Kodi. I'm watching you live from Manso in Kwanta. MPP lost the 2024 election due to arrogance, internal bickering, opulence, and extravagant lifestyle of some of their top members. Unless they put their house in order, they will remain in opposition for a long time. Happy birthday to my lovely daughter, Shalon Ofori Owusu of Buakwa Macro. Okay, but Rumba, head teacher, Manso Achuredi Primary School, and all the way a brain. We say hello. Good evening, Kodi. I'm watching you live from Senegal. My regards to your panel, and my name is John Ato Assan. Now what I can see is that MPP is doing possible or trying all possible means to protect the CJ, but they should remember what CJ did to the speaker, whether she likes it or not. She's already gone. All right. Good evening, Kodi. Kindly tell the Afrafrantom man that if there's something dating the issue CJ herself wouldn't have called for Aaron Josh from Hebron. And Odiwe, Hebron or Israel, and I say Mudia here. Good evening, KOD said, okay, the suspended CJ has no case regarding her removal. Why is she trying to go against what the Constitution says regarding in-camera hearing? If I were she, I wouldn't have employed the services of a discredited Godfrey Dami as my legal advisor. He should remember her own words that the law is the law. From say yes, Ewo Bokrum, and or the way a brain blueprints, I say or trophy, Esikado Ketan. Ghanaians are watching the president and the NDC for their ill motive against the current Chief Justice, and posterity will judge according to their evil deeds. Nonetheless, whosoever they succeed in putting there, the MPP shall do the same to their supposed CJ. Okay, and also, that is why I'm afraid of. Evangelist Abel can come. And so, Edibi Abrain, or see a friend, Evangelist Abel can come Bodu, aka Teacher Bonti, our Santiachuma Fuasi. Good evening, Kodi. Now, dollar rate is coming down gradually. Is A+ for Mahama government. But what the so-called security did at Untumi's house last Friday is uncalled for. Big ups, okay. Or no, Eddie here or the Abrain, I don't know. 2 p.m. was Santimampong, or say Kumasi me. The only president who can lead Ghana to the promised land is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Long live Ghana, long live NDC. Mahama is our hope. And also, Edia Ode Abraham says somebody demanding to go for demonstration with guns and remove police vehicles, running away with it. This petition for CJ's removal. God have mercy. One for Odin Amma. All right. NDC can do, NDC can do whatever they like, but now the door is open. If you feel you want the presidency and don't have the trust in the CJ, just petition the president and he will surely be removed. And is the CJ a northerner or a Votarian, or if a kingdom is divided against itself, it can never stand. Very shocked about our justices. But I've read it anyhow. Greetings, KOD. In fact, Mr. Ishak Brobe has touched my heart. As I said in the morning, but you did not read. Our judicial system is becoming politicized and fragile. Let us fast and pray for Ghana. Greetings to Professor Sapon, Abraham Aguna, and Aduwe Abba. Good evening, hosts. What is going on in this country? What is going on in this country? The NDC leadership must understand that intimidation will never bring prosperity. A nation's true strength comes not from fear, but from freedom, justice, and the welfare of its people. Let them remember that genuine leadership empowers others, listens with empathy, and leads wisely, not through threat. A dukwat from Techiman. And Odiwe Abrayan. The last one say, greetings, Cousin TV. I've just come home and I'll catch you up on your broadcast later tonight as I'm a bit late. Oh, sir, I know I'm better. Anyway, right, ma yantrasu hana yanko na yanhwe the annual flooding in Ghana. In 1960, Daily Graphic carried a story. The floods came to Accra. This time around, it's not Accra alone. Some 10 years ago, or getting to 10 years ago, exactly 3rd June, Ewo Circle, flood Kruya essay filling station Eddie Jashishe Ebai. Some years ago, Ewo Amraga Junction, a yiriya mama for yum shishi almost say Eba bituomo. And running then and saying, ya, and Canadian sign by Emma Nipa Woodro. Nipa miensa FM Huria, Nema say ye and Yasim Kuma. When will we move forward? Kumasi, KMA, any regional minister, any Nadmo, penny for, Eddie assuming say, Drinks Makuma Kudunsia, and a omo etimu, say beya. In sooner shall say ton because Metrophone say a fene betopa. Eme a man for emphasis. Mr. Moore, this time I may just say free ho na yenhwe. Where and how can we beat this flooding? Better than beat you.
I never call a wunsi on say. Is you who's nija. I didn't see with my gentleman one quarter. Because in a bar, we didn't go fire service for so many. And we in a drum until matches over baby. A jadi a top baby nas a share. We want to fire service for. We meet major baby now to stop. Major tremor. Now, my we see with the amma inya sa flooding the basis see party. Just indiscipline. Near DDK. Indiscipline. And a indiscipline in many other areas, including our construction and all other things. I say, Oshe mu amututu bola na igu kwa ho rubber plastics no mdigu kwa ho je no se mdika wi achi mso wato plastic ato no on the trotro oko afa anche baby
Ebi na gu ho no we ye wayek
yes I got an no
ho me say ho na ye sheda eto ye plastic waste go
enya ho efiri baby na aba wo atwe nso na atwe na dia begina ho nomza so hon si we say no I say no say si akwa go si bridge no as nso no fast no say akọ block no nso no to no say enya kwan fast ya de na be fast dina aba be flood so nam dika bi achi oh kama bi pa bi achi heso mato plus bi crack ni pa na easy so teacher say as ade no bia bi na ya dan no ayesisi no so ebesi dan kakraka no a emuni nyina no a concrete baabia wonya baabia kra ebedua flower na say wonya bibia ye no so no nsuo no tona senka baabi ho nsuo kakra begina betima no akofom a emma saa ye no ba ne nyina no a enya kwan anko baabi no ne nyina ba besene ebeba nsuo ze ono ada pen direction untimi sin direction kwa Obaba be drew baby a person of a do do one as we yakwan or also man nkwa obeko a call of so be abeko. Now Grumba Abraham Davis started here be na or Friends of Rivers and Water Bodies. Now he was no ye near Makamaka and Nagumo. Look at him so now he was complaining about wetlands as a yes, I do maybe not come here so ya kwa time for crowd because we are no no what passion for. See bit my protect water bodies in you know. Wetlands. She say kruma hin fa na be kwa wetland bi ho a in see die and I say ye mfele. Baby abeko bia nanka ofa ahojo dakodwom. We say honum say nanke honum baby o hanke ho wait a year nanke bit meje ne ubeko won si ayinema dai kakraka bibire ono baby bibire ho abeko a wo mo sisi adan nsuo nso to no oba ono ho be dansi oba besena ko oduro no nya kwa anko obeko nsuo ma fa ho so bitima budan egu no akọ because ozo be ya obi antimi nsi ni kwa so ho wo hwe enkran no ne yi a de ko akosu nyina no dodoɔ no ara yɛ baabi a na ɛni sɛ nka ɛsi dan si a nkurɔfoɔ akɔsi dan asi hɔ nom a yɛsan mmoa koraa ma nka nsuo no koraa bɛyɛ yɛsan de wura plastics asan gum ama plastics na ablɔko ɛkwan no anka nsuo no bɛtumi afa so akɔ no to keka no nyinaa abɔ mu a wobɛyɛ dɛ na wɔtumi ayɛ ho adwuma nti adeɛ a ɛsi yɛ sɛ na Alan part of the great motivational plan flood near you know more wetland conservation it was part of it and early warning systems early warning systems in say near you mentioned to me and sana ya say not before kwa ye sha finance no ano areas bia yenim se ho ne prone flood prone areas no esi am ye ni kɔ na ye ho dwuma na ye yi eyim na ye make sure say since you fum tokra enko create problem be amai President Mahama can say bin am fi say to be very important or say one of his a year or they be assessing the district assembly this is near you know cleanliness and the say flooding is a part of it sanitation it's force under sanitation and it's also a part of it making sure say area bia assembly bia flood will cause one bia he needs to call the the DC and question him why because yes anas will be who say obi hwe no obi monitor no sanema we say yes because flood there ba e there nti me to me no me who say something else here to o man nyina so me who say ya there and na de ba kwan na yam say sa enema no a edi bone no esan obi raw material but no say yan man o say na ekodi bone plus is egu ayi mu say se timi dragi ni nyina na clean mu ya everything is asan ya de foforo enso ye bejai amani nyina ho nti house no as I say ye me ni bas na private sector no so take charge of some of these na government emwa mo so ntimi use some of these plastic and fanya ne ma minim ba bia o mo de sa plastic bi sidan o mo de ye ne ma hodo bebre they form it into blocks bricks and it see adan ne yi nyina ya adopt those systems no so be ya sa de no akoye risk ayaman e bet my raw material na enso form all right enti enso ya de hia pa enti me de me sise ye nyina nsuo no toto no ye hwe hu su yesu all right
let us say alaye
kewodi George Opoku ampon sans watch out
me je no so
ciao bia panelist
maybe say leadership failure
flooding emra sa graphic ina okay no 1960 1960 na it found its way onto the front page
the front page of the graphic daily graphic the rains came to Accra. The caption was so captivating
front page the mechanism the new patriotic party government led by Nana Dankwa Kufuado and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Bakumasia ne kwan faso flooding no yesia no anase sedi sisie no ye teso dia ye boy ho modern pa and I'm happy say Ibrahim wa is Ibrahim I nice pa because the RCC you know hono inuana hono
from
I know say kokko ka ho nti no ze kokko no ne inuana from man nya be kansi ani musa dia otimu say he's really sparkling and so I have a message for him for his boss sports no be bro ho a ye yiri ho pa with your permission I'll give the list. One Atafwa sa Owabi bridge no MC drum pembenzo bi na fanifa enne wonte hwasem kama afei atonzu high school
junction so
kewodi ɛnyɛ sɛ nka nsuo no hyɛ ase nka ɛnyɛ sɛ nka yɛasɛm ketewa saa
ɔnam nim dan bi wɔ hɔ nsuo no tɔ a obi atu nsuo no tɔ tete wie ansa no masa akɔtena dan no mu
na wohwɛ sɛ deɛ yɛsi abae drains no mu ɛhɔ ayɛ din ɔde ne ho kɔ ada so Dr. Anane ɛhɔ nso so yɛdi ho dwuma adeɛ mmra vibration bridge yɛdi ho dwuma TUC junction sɛ gya pure nti meekɔ a de sɛ wokɔ a wonam soro so sɛ Ibrahim ne ne boss ɔmbɛyɛ the other side no aka ho na kind of dual way no aba bɛda hɔ ɛhɔ nso ne hɔ yɛ very 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 troubling paa sɛ nsuo no ɛyɛ saa ɔmo nifa so hɔ no tum sɛ ɔmo aka soldier Parks and Gardens bridge Friends Gardens, and I'm not speaking in Accra. Miti kumaze na midi sa ankomo yi. Na omo mo hono mu relief a omo enya. Achuma boko nso so bridge. Bantama housing nso so yeye. Apre bridge. Sokoban and Pabame nso so yeye. Bokrom CCC bridge. Aduamwa Aduman bridge Aduato Adumanu nso so yeyi free ho esre so ada bridge na ahodwo Gracefield. As a matter of fact me hu say baby wo kra na enka list yi ho na ewo ho na say ye na yesan ye ni ye from Asawase a wo de kɔ Asokore Mampon no wo de kɔ ayi school no great friend saying kumaka and then so we free a ba ahensan estate oh say e be road bi a obabe TSC say here den I be town and say onion market you hono for now they be joining the free poku transport no ba baby see main road no mo yeah the height limit I so Jones and so who say inti ye bi pa on kan share the boss TikTok and a selfie and a social media adwuma no say obey no ho a onko fom ho onko ye adwuma no na onfa ho resource no nyedai emra no fa meto ho what you say because with this record and as a matter of fact Melinke regional minister also to or friend Melinke KMA boss also to the regional minister if he say okay what do you him say I will say unfortunately because baby I say ehwasem kano ding the wo show ye waye ke hono ningina also fall within the jurisdiction of Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. So what I say. Media me feel say experience na show say me nkasa me yenye discipline. Me nkasa ma yentoto niema ngu basa bia said yenya ye penu bia. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the ye any so any solution said ye esi abuano me hu say si ye timia udru ayiwa stem ye twa ho nwumre ko mo sister station hotek say omo pie drain mu ene nsuo no nya kwan ekọ ena yakata so a
ka problem bia
asem no ye wie obi to bibi twene ye kra na kade ne enkonko da
drain
mu kebeda soro ana even ye penkrofo ovro ne abo mo ka pa na omo asesa but enam say ye miemu enough yen san hwe baby a e free ba baby a etene akwakodro na yen kata so no is a major cause of this
the trinity
so what
ye miemu yen kata so na baby e free ba
and baby enso a ekọ nti ese otimi man direction and baby a me bobo so nyina no udru ho a who say resource no has been perfect right. So What is left? I'm say abo the and now we in traffic light. Then Boss FM. Then Wayaki now show you. Then there's airport and then Santas runabout. In terms of KMA, and that is why King Zuba must lend his support to the Ashanti regional minister.
Overhead, my friend say, there's also a problem. Usane, maybe Onipenia filling station one.
Okay. Yes. Sa a form but the year came
is dangerous.
And ye bini sabi a hono crady say so no to jaya. I'm say ni be a cry na action. But me feel say and so bit me her direction be near the man. Ye nkwadano. Ye na few Copacabana Road because be a commercial bank no. Na ye nye sa flyover no ni ho. So and the sa constructions ning na edi sa nsuo no kwan ese ye de ne fa baabi no de fa so ese say ade ese ye ne say engineering work no bridge no ne se ye bebie mu ne ye be kata so those are the things me feel say e fini de e ba ne nke ba wa bonten a ke sanke betam na ye de akokotu ye
But that's it. Hussein,
Heodi.
have you done enough?
Yes, we are on it. But that's you. We there. Me say ba flooding issues. I na meta a serious of because enra me fa baby. Taman so ni tono. Ne was say me pack kakra. E man so no twen.
Airport runabout maybe 2 hours of order.
Ansana.
yes. No one yet careful.
Yes. Until first of all,
hey, why in baby anyina?
First of all,
now transfer be wura mu dia senior.
Kase bridge no, no kade katweme koy.
Yes. So first of all, futuo kakra metime dia ma ye na etia sentiment mo ai say so to a safety first. Enya nso emu na nso starting of UP. Show them. So baby nso ahwe na ho ne nso mu a to free ho na kope wadam fu be dam hye. Se nso no to na twi anu aba. Because when you me who say a poor town planning system a yekom eno so say number 1. Obi timi si efie de si nso so no a blocking nso kwan. Enso to wi a no ankasa sa gina wo su frɛ nadmofo. So nadmofo mbeje no. Enti mu no say ya ankasa yetena se na ehwe ne ma ye na emwaye ne ebeye na ya ankasa yakuso akomu se dia embo oman no. Na a sentimentum ha yewo I think Mr. Chei Ekasembi or say regional minister TikTok and Facebook no. I think say obet me on call from honum na TikTok ni Facebook no onsusu. Na me pese ohunsu say social media a tool a eneme no kase ene kita iwiase social media o me kra de me mfa no nko akire recently a o kan kotokuom bridge bi a na ebu sa bridge no meba sa bridge no yenya brantie bi a okogina ho etwa e social media no de beto ye eni nyina ye den ye hu ye enti ye hu ye no and also no he believe in be a citizen journalism also tutu wana mo and of our roads and highways minister and on no ko ho and then me no say they are on it omoya omewie but na esa major road a omo de enubna ene nnuane a ye di body ne banche omo di free kotoku machi wo nyina ho no mo fa enti social media no eboa paayi a metimi aka ne say even sisi anu ohun ewa kojo pon kroma de bia no TikTok live no ye na se ma hu say MPP minority leader ono so started TikTok kakra enti mo aka say hu say yera Dr. Frank Amako hene TikTok no e de mfa so bibra e den
All right.
E de aba na minority yeah afenyo so start TikTok akra enti say wo hwe de ko so sentiment mu a first of all regional minister de enima bi egu akwan mu o hwe say flooding ya ebe instituto ya omaka kire nsa afi na ebeto bi rebe no ebe boayen na emma enso yiri yen fa bebre na wo hwe excavators na is easy from Galamsey yes no hono we release 3 on say district biado they have their drip machines this animal no but we release 3 omo the low bed aba wa ye bibia e kire say eye Kumasi hanim sei bibia ye hwe a e wo se yiyi mu na eboa no yenye ne mbo asanteman o hwe me no o hwe sisi ya me no kasei
we TV ne so we Galamsey yes ni die ne bia
Galamsey yes ni die ne bia we nya drip machine we Galamsey DS die ne bia even
we airport runabout
pelele unim pelele pelele unim say ka omo yiyi mu anu so na eto en ka ehu o omo yiyi mu mpokura no bebia so no level ko duru ye no enu so na eto ye no na che say e wo se me nyine sori waka ye maame nim ne ye nuanom ne ye papa nom mu chichire nuoma wo faka na wo badwam a wo besi na wo do ne mana to gata mu twa ni twa no bi no de ne mana to gata mu
ba mo amho
emu njai sa ne ma no
alright
ya na haye ene me no ka say regional minister ya DB wo hwe tamani ye clean up exercise is what the clean up exercise atuna koma so say acha bosome miensa bia no obeti asikruma me ya pra kruma ye krum yi na ye maame nim bi mu ne ye papa nim ne nuanom bi mu nso so no o ma dwen say mo pra na mo firi ho no ne so ye di efi ye den eba nti o CCTV cameras na wo say principal street na da dum ne akwan bibiri na ya chiachia no nti unim say ya chiachia bi na o mu hu say hanim say CCTV camera kire hanim say so ba to ade to hanim say e be chew nti no obi anko ho
anyway
nti ade nti na wo say mo me hu say so obi e control anaso obi ebibi
any person
you see mama yensesan free hu
any person
and unim yero mahama start ade bi asade no nanka be boyen o kan e-blocks no on say e-blocks no CDC outskirts and as o hwe yemu bi geographic akra na free bi layout on say so person be develop here and name ultimate de ko ho eboa market schools e dey school no ko administration block be ba ho enkofo be jinsase wo ho suhu na eye krom na obia pese chinchina obepe asase bi okrom se eye asase eye nsuo kura na obeji no affiliate school no na so ntwitwa alright but eja yemu bi yenuano MPP fo no bi ese school ni nyina sisi ewuram ni niema e ma me mu bi kura yemu bi kura na eye se Prempeh college na bebia na ewo pa no ni wuram ba ne Prempeh okru fifi enti I adopt sa niema no e na say we central Accra so aye congested Ibrahim Muhammad de adwumpo bi aba say ye pese say wo hwe some of the ministry some of the agencies no ye de ba be call other places na aboa ama de congestion so aye den so ye mbo ye rakenzu baba so so say wo di djuma di sonko e wo KGT anso so ebo asanteman nyina.
Thank you very much, Hussein. Prof.
Yes sir.
Mamenti so
good. Ne di kan say ya hwehwe dwumadie bi a ya to ne din let's beat plastic pollution.
Let's beat.
Yes, Momayem beat plastic pollution, combating plastic waste.
Garbage sorting. And then sustainable environmental management campaign 2025. Okay.
Yami Aduma June 18th.
Okay.
The Honorable Regional Minister be join here. He will Kumasi Technical University.
Okay.
No wa be BSA Juma DWE.
June 18th.
Yes, akabe 3 weeks. So 1 month mu ane sanswa. Na ya baby ayano. Na me wofa any submissions are ben nyina eka indiscriminate disposal of waste. Ya yenim bia noise pollution, air pollution, then and then plastic pollution, a different form of environmental pollution because I take over all the other forms of pollution. I take over. And also I create what we call visual pollution because I'm a ekrumu nyefe. Upia and then ka share them one ka ye. Adebia we ni bebo so unidi ya hwa ntimi kura ndidi biu. Ekrum finfini pa. And ye trainee nipa be over 250 be we fiem e bi ho no ma be quiz am yen kwara no secondary schools for no na ya catch them young. They must know if I hear cleaning environment there is a business component now of aka ho asem. Sa rubbish ye gu nwura mu ya egu bottom ya hwe ne sa no. There is a serious around here recycling plants wa bebre. Oko janko ba okudu kwa no ma we. We are near Chaka. So when nyame anum ni we are sitting on sika yeti sika so sika no rather block ye ade no cause flood mensuo momu yi fa yen mesre ye bebie dwumade na no obi anfa ne ho nyim let's beat plastic waste. Fortunately yenya arrangement with the regional minister obeba bema address on the matter waboa me bia no the Institute of Research, Innovation and Development, Kumasi Technical University, near championing our programming, Ghana Skills Development Fund, GSDF, Abuayen, CTVET, Commission for Tertiary, Commission for Technical, Vocational and Education, Commission for CTVET, Commission for Technical, Vocation, Education and Training, and no baby, I'm just sharing and I'm person corrected. In Abuayen, Emma, Yenina, Ebeshia, 18th, Naya Biano, near Shese. Si etimi etosa adesua yi near the boy and bra na at least ye nyesika kra san free mu this waste ya ye kan wase mu in fact me no obi a ya pitching nti oba o abeba 18th ni ye be ma illustration no or ye an arrangement of a car efa obi man bo rubber no ne den man no bo ho ka 2400 owie okoton onya 4800
okay double
yeah. And the person will come and give testimony or the pictures and the videos, evidence-based arrangement. And people are making money out of it. Now, the state has failed as on mine. With flood. I don't need to be a prophet to be able to tell you, say, why? Now, and then the worker said way back 1960. Me no near and so
65 years ago.
69 so and it tells us this republic called Ghana. O just say na me share Ibrahim said you plan here mo here na Ibrahim. Me too many am Ibrahim say o say level so o for Ghana there no. Oh, in America, say the state really has failed, and we must accept it. The state, Ghana, we have failed. We have failed. In fact, Accra has failed, and along the line, Kumasi joined the failure. Accra, there he has failed. That Ray Amoka 1969, it was Accra. And Accra, it has failed. Who is so failure done. Na yebe day. Still indiscriminate or reckless sighting of buildings. Yes, sit down still concrete is yakobe. Basa. Obi akoto dan da no wabu. O si no, wan hwe dan space na esi na anye you or feel ya base they are fitting a new design. No a block it. Pictures na buy no. Areas where it had never nobody thought flood before. A honey new pictures I hear. The regular places are flood crab and crab. Fear nye hokra pictures near the tray. Yeah, the new it is getting worse. What a state. Meti hay means Susubone ma Republic of Ghana, but nya ye kan nyina enso ne te na wiane pie na ekromujo na ye until the next year around this time when the floods begin to come. As an ebesan so betina say 2 minutes ni me no ye ho Kwabena 2 minutes ni me wo fa ho menu ya shak na ben 2 minutes ho kakra ba sisi akra de free ni nsem
you send your ben ho say
en ye ka say menu ya Ibrahim en name penifo ya bobo mudin uba Kumasi here menu ya Kinzuba he has started very well nyame aduma 18th June sa garbage sorting let's beat plastic pollution is Onwa indicated to me, Menene Kasai Moso Onwa Beba, regional minister. So it tells you the importance they attach to this. Enti mesre aba omumu penso. Minu e shak mu penso etwem. Monso munye bibi na yemfa momudimpa or chine bi se munni ho a. Enye sa na se monso be join the list
Crusade,
of
no.
there is a state the chorus because one thing you can be sure is that next year by this time the rains will Charlie Moon prove you wrong, regional minister. And cry for no crowd in here, man. Na mumo inya na mumo. Kemeneshe, New York, regional ministers, one panya fry, the state has filled. It's a chon. Near wow, Koni, afi by this time, and one I can look on a kind baga. Keke wa fair or ba, bow in our badanyashi, ake netuni. One kwenye, mummy and ye bibi na sebi yanso before yanso nipa, we can solve our problem.
Yes. Thank you very much,
Still in line with this, just quick one. Do you know, say, a baby say 30 years ni? Dr. Chambers.
Ibn Chambers,
Yeah. Or catching sa Accra, planes one era John Mahama.
a year mark
President and say, and you want a year market. That zone has been there. We told me 30 years ago. I was in Lagos.
All right. Thank you very much. My time is up. Meda, Mr. Joseph Amwa, senior member for Movement for Change, Professor Smasapon.
Yes,
Meda wasi.
Brakamna, we de Bakubia me refi. Mesre, se who say nsu to se na Ibrahim pese okano no kaye no. Aya take safety first. Hwe minim kasa enso ye etoyi. Nipa ewu ni ye kan ne dan ase ne ye kan. Kasa ase ya kogu fitemu no because enso rewura inches mo.
All right.
Menye bema bebre na ye bema bebre be ko ejaw.
Thank you very much, Professor Smasapon, our KSTU, no, our as a senior lecturer. Alaji Ishak Chebrobe, strategic communicator, the New Patriotic Party. Ishak, friends, Hussein Ibrahim. Air communicator sign or RCC Fancy Regional Minister Office. Yes, also, but my mary say happy birthday, special happy birthday, Enko Enfama Dorothy was Santasi, Wilfrey Papa Sita, your lovely husband, and Malam Yayam Sian can just happy birthday. Within the Kwabena Owusu Dankwa, Malam Yayam shade media de Breamo and Enyumre, camera Seth Wilson, and your mama boy in nada, ne Enyumre, Nakwame Sunday, Mubia, Yadamasi, and the Enyum Yamayadma, and repem Besang Atienka. Bye bye.